I'm Dave at Thomas Jacks, and at the Game Fair everyone was welcome on the Pulsar viewing platform to ask our experts, meet like-minded countryfolk, and put to the test every spotter and scope in the Pulsar thermal and digital night vision range. It's also where I put a bunch of questions to one of our professional hunting friends, Dr. Al Gabriel. He's a geneticist, he's on the Basque Council, and he's a deer stalker. So what I wanted to know is, do deer need managing, or would it be okay if we left them alone?
So deer stalking in the UK is a person who manages deer for the purpose of conservation and managing land. So deer damage trees, particularly young plantations. So if you're got in a state where there's a lot of thousands of trees that's recently been planted, well, you have to keep the deer numbers at an acceptable level so that the trees have a chance to go to full size. And that's basically what deer management is. It's trying to reduce a population to a manageable level where the environment, firstly, there's enough food for them so they don't overgraze, and also we don't have bears, wolves that will take out deer, so we have to manage them. Once you realize there is nothing on this island that controls deer, people say, well, why don't you just leave them be? Well, that can't happen either, because we're trying to reduce carbon from the atmosphere. Climate change. We're trying to plant more trees to suck the carbon out of the atmosphere and bury it into the ground. Well, trees do that. They're good at that. Well, you just planted 1 million saplings. Well, deer are going to go eat that. So you can't say don't shoot deer, but at the same time you want to reduce carbon from the environment. Only trees reduce carbon from the environment. So you can reduce the numbers so that the trees get a chance to get to a decent level. So that's ethical in any way you can see it. And then their own. So what deer do is, if you don't control them, they'll graze everything within the area and then they start starving. And it takes a long time. Nothing kills deer. So they just literally starve to death over months and months of malnutrition. So when I reduce them from 100 to 50, the remaining 50 have enough food for that area and they remain healthy. It's good for them. And then you don't get, there are about 75,000 vehicle collisions a year in this country involving deer, and usually during the school run. When we lose daylight hours, you know, when the feeding is so dark, school run and feeding time matches. You do get vehicle collisions. Particularly if you have a large fallow herd next to a main road, as Norfolk and Suffolk. Well, that has to be managed, so that's for your own safety that we're taking them out, reducing them the numbers. So, and then you've got things like TB. They spread disease when the numbers are massive, because we have sheep on that farm, cattle on the other farm, deer in the middle, because British country use at the minute is very, very neat. Packed, you know, there's everything, there's something nearby, there isn't an empty field, there's some land use on it. So we're protecting livestock from transmission of disease, ticks, Lyme disease for people as well. So whichever way you protect it, deer stalking is pure. Because we are the champions of carbon sequestration, we are the guys protecting trees. We're the guys for generating healthy organic meat as a byproduct. We're not farming, we're literally taking something that's going to kill trees and feeding you an organic byproduct of that process. So while you help us reduce carbon, you also allow, because you're not going to buy beef, you're not supporting heavy industry to produce a lot of animal meat for you. You're just literally helping. So whichever way you dissect it, the entire system is ethical.
So a controlled deer population means fewer accidents, more trees and wildlife. That's better for the environment, less farm meat, disease control, and it's healthier for the deer too. You can hear more from Dr. Al, like how he responded to this. Or there's loads of extras if you subscribe. I'm Dave from Thomas Jacks. Thanks for watching.